In today's Midday Fix, we're going to save you money on pet food, and we're going to teach you how to make it right at home. So we're going to give them the people food. Cathy is co-author of Dinner Possible, here to show us it's not as hard as you might think, and there are things that are people food that are actually really good for them, because I think that's a little misnomer. I know most of us know they don't eat chocolate.
No chocolate, no grapes, no raisins, no raw onions. Otherwise, it's fair game. Everything I have set out here looks really good. How about that crumble?
And they would be so happy, too, if you'd actually give them the food that you're cooking on them. Because they always want it.
The bowl.
Yes.
So you have Labradors.
I have 2 big labs, yes.
So the recipes in the cookbook are for 30-pound dogs. It's
I have to triple them and quadruple them.
But the recipe, and so what I'm going to have you mix up today is chicken noodle roni, and this is actually 2 meals for 30 pounds, so this will almost feed your smaller dog.
Okay.
You'd have to double it for the big dog. But remember, this is going to save you half over regular grocery store food.
Right.
So everything's pre-cooked. I'm going to have you start. So
I'll make it, sure.
Some chicken.
All right, I'll put the chicken in there.
The liver part, not every
And white meat, dark meat, it doesn't matter for the dogs?
Yummy.
Okay.
Yep. Whatever they prefer.
All right,
liver,
what's this?
now, that's liver. Now, not necessarily do all of us like liver, but some people like liver.
See, I was just going to ask, can we eat this stuff too? And then when you
Sure.
put the liver in, I went,
It's
up, not.
Well, wait for the cat food. You'll like that. How about some steamed peas?
Peas, okay.
We have diced tomatoes.
And they'll eat the peas, because mostly if I drop vegetables on the ground, they look at it and they say, not eating that.
Some training needs to be done. My
Okay.
dogs, wow, I can't eat, wow, yeah. It hits the floor and they try to eat it and it doesn't matter if
So
it's
some tomatoes, and that's not too acidic for their stomachs.
Nope.
That's good, okay.
Nope. Whole wheat pasta. This we have already steamed up.
Well, look at this. This is actually a good little meal here.
The other part that maybe, this will remind you of Grandma, cod liver oil.
Cod liver oil, okay. Good
Very
for your joints,
healthy.
right?
Lots of omega fatty acids, exactly.
Yes.
Very good for your joints. And they even make it with a little lemon flavor now. In the cookbook and at dinnerpossible.com, we talk about how to make bone broth. There's a lot of nutrients in here, so we'll add some in. That's optional.
Bone broth. Okay, and this is what separates it from people food, too, I presume.
Yeah, people food, you'd want to use regular chicken broth.
Okay.
Sneak under here, and the only supplement that we needed to add to balance the recipes was some calcium.
Oh.
You can either get it from a pre-made jar, or you can make your own for free from eggshells.
Really?
And again, we show you how either online at dinnerpossible.com or in our cookbook.
Okay, so when you're making breakfast for the kids and you're
Save
making the
your
eggs,
eggshells.
you save your eggshells.
Exactly.
Oh, what a great idea.
Yeah. And so, what do you think? For one of your
there it is.
100% awesome dogs.
Oh, I love that. And there it is. And they will love to eat this. You're
They
right.
will love to eat
Especially if the
that.
peas are mixed in. It's kind of like with the kids. You got to hide the veggies.
You got to hide the veggies.
But they still get the healthy version of it.
And so with our recipes, you don't have to lie to the vet anymore and say, I don't feed people food. Because people
you say, I do, but I'm feeding them healthful people food.
They do.
Perfect.
They come in and I say, you feed people food, right? Can I do that? Yes, you can do that, and we do it well. So
But we've been ingrained. We've been told for so long that people food is not good for them, but I think it's because we're feeding them things that are real fatty.
really fatty for pancreatitis. There's no fattiness in this. This
No,
is
this
healthy.
is all good stuff.
If it's healthy for us, it's healthy for them.
Okay, so we're making something for the kiddies as well.
Kitties,
Okay.
even easier. Chicken. Shrimpies, pretty little shrimpies.
Oh,
So, you know, those are for decoration.
okay.
So, here, I'll take that from you because we're piling
Thank
on
you.
your end. More broth. Again, this is optional, but the nice thing with the broth, especially with kitties, cats don't like to drink a whole lot.
Oh.
So if you get that broth mixed in, then we don't have to worry about
And this
them
is the
hitting
same
the
thing.
water
It's the
dish.
bone broth, you say?
It is the bone broth.
Okay.
But
How
if
do
you
make that? Is there an easy way to describe it? I know it's in the
Easy-
cookbook.
After you get all your chicken off of the bones, put the bones back in the pot, fill them, cover it with water, put a little bit of vinegar in there. It gets some of the nutrients out of the bones
Oh.
and boil away.
Okay.
And in a couple hours, you have yummy bone broth.
That doesn't sound too difficult. All right.
Really not much different than broth for ourselves. This is ground sunflower seeds. Lots of nutrients in there. And again, we have calcium from the eggshells. And I use the coffee mill for those sort of things. And then
Oh,
we
interesting. Okay, so
have
got a
yummy-
separate little coffee grinder so you can put the
coffee
shells in
grinder.
there.
And then we have the cute little shrimpies on the side.
Which you don't want to do, because then they'll start playing with the shells.
They will. Or my dogs would be on the counter and they would have eaten it by now.
Excellent. So you've got your homemade dog food, your homemade cat food. It's going to be less expensive. You're going to be making your pet happy. And as long as you just mix up a few of the ingredients here, you can actually feed your family as well. Some terrific ideas.
And it's balanced. This is balanced. We balanced our recipes for our pets, so it does meet balanced standards. And then our sweet potato apple crumble up front, dinner for the whole family, 2 and 4-legged. Humans might like a little bit more honey added to it, but it has dried cranberries, almonds, delicious.
Excellent, and there are other great recipes in the book. You can find more information and the recipes at dinnerpossible.com or on facebook.com/dinnerpossible, and notice the spelling there, P-A-W-S as opposed to P-O-S-S. Or you can follow Dr. Cathy on Twitter at DPDrCathy, or we'll make it easy for you. Go right to our webpage, WGNTV.com/midday, and we will send you right there, because these are some wonderful ideas. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
And we'll be right back.